Hello everyone, this is Professor Hill. It's a short video for our class Introduction to Ethics, Philosophy 2306 here at St. Philip's College. And today's Wednesday, the 27th. We have an assignment due tonight before midnight. And then that'll leave just one more on Sunday night. So we're trying to get through the last chapter we're going to read in our book, which is chapter 7, which is about virtue ethics in our textbook, Doing Ethics by Louis Vaughn. And I have to tell you, we're down to it now. Like I said, with this whole class wraps up a week from tomorrow. A week from now, of course, is the holiday, July 4th. But the next day, Thursday, we got to get those exams turned back in. So don't lose track of that. For the assignment tonight, which is the case of Baha Musa, we were looking a little bit about international humanitarian law, IHL. And I mentioned this yesterday. And I mentioned that it was the kind of modern presence of something which was old, hundreds of years old, which was the old law of wars. And I said that this came out of a customary tradition, but it was codified in the 19th and 20th centuries into the current existing, written down, agreed upon, voted upon multilateral treaties that we have. And that new, modern, refined and defined and explicitly articulated those treaties, that this whole framework we have now really does come from this particular idea of Henry Dunant. Now, I mentioned yesterday in a brief video the Geneva Conventions, and the story of the Geneva Conventions and where they come from, and of the businessman Henry Dunant is a fascinating story. So I've added to the playlist what's called The Story of an Hour. It's put out by the International Committee of the Red Cross. It's a short 8-minute video talking about Henry Dunant, who he was, how he got involved, the steps they took, the treaties the organization of the very first Geneva Convention. And then the story of that, how they progressed and developed after that. And of course, now also the modern role of the Red Cross across many different countries and across a pretty wide range of activities, from disaster preparation, disaster relief, to first aid, and again, also as essentially the guardians of international humanitarian law. They have an important, unique role, not as diplomats trying to solve problems and stop political crises and prevent war. That's not their role. They are the neutral arbiter. They're the people that come in. That's why it's so important to have an understanding of and respect for the Red Cross flag and what it means, which is that these are neutral parties. They're not a threat to anybody participating in the hostilities. They're there to serve and care for the injured, the sick, the dying, for prisoners of war. They have this role which is spelled out, and you'll see some of that in the short video, The Story of an Hour. So I encourage you to watch that. And then again, make sure you get your contribution in for tonight in terms of Baha Musa. That's your job. My job is to finish all the grading. And as I mentioned yesterday, I'm still behind. I'm working on it. But I'm catching up, and we'll make sure that everybody's square going into the weekend, and then our last big discussion, which is due Sunday night. And you'll notice that week 5 is a light week, so you can focus on preparing for that final exam. We, of course, have the holiday in the middle of it, which is a little weird given the date that the 4th fell this year. But I wanted to make sure that with all the reading done, with all the discussions behind you, you can just focus on that final exam, and you'll have plenty of time to do a good job for it. So anyway, take care. If you've got questions, let me know. I've been trying to respond to questions as they come in. I've been trying to do that on top of the grading. And but we'll get there, and we'll get it all wrapped up here. Again, people, the work so far has been quite good. We've come a long way in the last month. We just got to get across that last marker here, get across that goal line. So take care. Contact me if you need anything. Other than that, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.